What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I'm joined by the podcast dad. That beard is looking fuller and fuller by the day, man. It looks good.
Hey, I can't tell everybody my secrets, but
I didn't ask.
I'll tell you off air.
I don't care.
There's no secret. I just let it go. And this is where we are, so that's cool.
Well,
hey man, how are you?
I'm good, man. Good. It is another day in paradise here. Finally got the weather sticking around in Cincy, so it's the mood is boosted, and yeah, things are nice right now.
Dude, don't say that out loud too many times. Winter will be back tomorrow if you say that.
Not from what I can tell, but feeling optimistic,
Well, hey, are you all packed and ready to go?
I am.
Proud of you.
I am. Thank you.
So proud of you.
So much. I appreciate it.
Traveling with my wife.
Really? Yeah, fucking tell everybody that. Yeah. Really?
If you're going on a weekend trip, how many bags do you take?
It's really just the duffel and then a backpack that's got my laptop and shit. Like that's
No. Say you were going on like a 4-day trip. What are you taking?
So definitely still a backpack because I like to have a laptop and iPad and that shit with me. Never know what you need to do content wise, but 4-day trip, probably gonna use the fuller suitcase. The wheelie one this time. Leave me alone. What? It's not like a giant one. Why the fuck are
Oh man, when did I sign up to get married twice? Hey guys, if you like what we're doing here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and our TikTok, I guess. I
have an order of how we do these things, but no, you want to talk about how I'm okay. All right, whatever.
You change the order constantly. I don't want to hear it. Subscribe to us if you like what we're doing here. Like the I almost called you the podcast dad. Like Mr. Cincinnati said,
Couldn't be me.
The weather is getting nice. You get to see the good side of my face now. Everything's good. So if you like us, come hang out with us over the summer. It's going to be an amazing time. Why not? Just tell one person. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
If everybody tuning in right now and then later on in the show just tells one person, I'd greatly appreciate it.
I would too. Yeah. While you're at it, give us a follow on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. But also go support our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network. We've got a fantastic podcast, live watch-alongs, great blogs, memes, art, you name it. Incredible group of people that we work with. So shout out to everybody at the Main Event crew. And what's a wrestling podcast without a little bit of merch? Go support our friends at GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off site-wide. I am definitely due to place a Gorilla Press order, and we got a couple of new designs coming to the shop soon, so cannot wait for you guys to check those out.
Exciting. I'm still recovering from New Orleans, so my order will be here soon.
That's fair. I get it. Makes sense. Nothing to be sorry for. You went to New Orleans.
Well, that and kids. Like drop $350 at Costco, no big deal.
That is such a bad sentence.
Well, when your wife is kind of a doomsday prepper, it's just like, got baked beans. I'm like, babe, we never eat baked beans. But now I have 12 cans of baked beans. Yeah. So.
Do you have like a bunker? Or like, is this a.
We're getting close, man. We're getting close. My doomsday prepper of a spouse is. But none of that talk. We have a guest waiting. Nobody wants to hear this.
Yeah, no, this was we kind of went off the rails a little bit quickly here, but let's regroup. Tonight we are joined by St. Louis's own Morningstar Pro Wrestling Bax. He's made waves in the wrestling world with an impressive career and transformation over the last 5 years. He's been a standout in promotions like Pro Wrestling Epic, Illinois Elite Wrestling, and WrestleMax in St. Louis. Not only does he dominate in the ring, but again, committed to helping others find and reach their physical fitness goals. So he is using his platform to inspire others, and we're going to have a great conversation with him. Everybody, please welcome Bax to the show. Bax, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's up?
How we doing?
Doing good.
Cannot complain.
Can't complain at all.
I mean, you could. It just probably wouldn't do you much good.
I mean, I usually do. That's the thing. But Mr. Cincinnati wants to be all positive and shit, so I guess I won't.
All right. Well, this chooch aside, I'm going to talk to you, Bax. let's dive on into this, man. Here at the Wrestling Junkies, we look at pro wrestlers. They are superheroes and supervillains that clash. The one thing that they do have in common are origin stories. So, if you could tell our audience about some of your earliest memories of pro wrestling.
My earliest memory of pro wrestling. So, this one's big to me. I'm a big John Cena freak, believe it or not. So you can imagine I've been geeking out for the last week or so. So I got into wrestling when I was 13. I literally picked up SmackDown versus Raw 2007 for my birthday. Mom gave me $50. That fit the budget. I was like, let's do it. Started playing the game. I hadn't watched since Stone Cold Steve Austin Rock era at that point. And I started playing the game, and I came across John Cena. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude in the army green shorts? He seems pretty cool. All right. A couple weeks later, I'm watching Monday Night Raw for the first time. That same damn night, you wouldn't believe it, tears his pec. So heartbreaking. And I was a chunky little sad dweeby kid. So I'm sitting there like, oh, my life's ruined. I stayed into wrestling though, I watched Randy Orton feud with, HBK right out the gate, Jeff Hardy, Chris Jericho, all this stuff. And then I have no idea what happened, but this is where I was locked in for life. I watched the Royal Rumble. I asked my mom for a to order the pay-per-view, which we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so it was a big ass. And number 30 hits, John Cena walks out at Madison Square Garden, dude. The enthusiasm that came out of me. Nothing will ever beat that moment except for maybe this awesome heel turn. So, that's kind of where it all started. But do you want more depthy intel there on how I got into it?
Yeah, you can go right ahead. Yeah.
Fuck it. So you know what? A couple of years ago, man, I was just kind of going through it. I was selling cars. I had been selling for about 5 years at that point. Always knew sales was something I was strong in, and went through a pretty tough breakup with a really awesome human being in general, and she was always pushing me to do more than what I thought I was capable of. One day I'm talking to a coworker, and he's like, exact words were, he's like, Harold, do you know why I'm a farmer? Because I farm every day. He's like, you know why you're not a wrestler? You don't wrestle every day. Week later, I'm in a wrestling dojo, signed up, wrestling every single day that I can. Ups and downs, tosses and turns. I think I got hurt. I hurt my hip, my shoulder, my back. I did so much in a year and a half of training that should have honestly just kept me from continuing. And it was actually, my debut was very recent. So it was back in December. I broke out on the scene. I had my first 3 shows in December. And then I've just been literally wrestling on at least a weekly basis since then.
So that's fantastic, man. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say real quick, because the topic of debate that's very strong right now, and as a Cena fan, does he change his theme song?
Oh, dude! Oh my God! Everything's changed.
Have to.
That theme song, it will not be back unless he were to make a babyface turn again. That theme song's dead.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about your transformation kind of over the past 5 years. How did you push yourself to kind of achieve where you are now? Like, what was that motivating factor? I know you said I need to wrestle every day, but what was it that was like, man, I got to go?
So, I've been working out since about the age of 15, I would say. Mm-hmm. Chunky kid, lost a lot of weight. Put it back on. I've ebbed and flowed so many different times in the last 15
mm-hmm.
years. The most recent transformation, honestly was all centered around pro wrestling. It was every bit of it. It was there was a little bit of insecurity. I didn't want to walk out there not looking the way I look now, not looking like I actually exercise, like I work out, like I take care of myself. Kind of like you said in the opening, wrestlers are superheroes and supervillains. And what does every superhero and every supervillain look like? Shredded to the brim, fit to some flavor, some extent. There was no part of me that wanted to go out there and present the attitude and present the ability, but not have the physique to back it up, if that made sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah, makes complete sense. So let's talk about the importance of physical fitness in wrestling. How have you felt that this has impacted your performance in the ring based on your current regimen?
Honestly, a multitude of ways. Confidence wise, it's been the number one noticing factor. I'm just more comfortable in my body. I'm comfortable. You probably saw that video I did of my that kid announcing me the other day. Like I was feeding off his energy, but when it was all, when it all came down to it, like I'm sitting there shirtless in front of, God, maybe close to 100 people at this point in a town I've never worked in. And I'm like, how am I going to be this cocky, confident human being in front of all of them if I don't feel confident? So that was one thing I noticed. My physical ability, like I shit you not, 2 years ago, I couldn't do a backflip, and now I can probably nail one if I really try.
Nice.
Whether it's off the top rope or sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
So there's that. I mean, it plays a huge role, man. Like the one thing that, and I'm just going to say this, and I might get canceled. I might get a lot of hate for this, but I like hate. It's fun for me. I see a lot of guys in this game, even if I am new and green in the game, as they say, I see a lot of guys who don't put half of the effort they put in to, like say, learning some cool new move or looking menacing or some kind of Facebook post talking all this jazz. They don't put half the energy into their physical fitness. I've watched every guy I trained with come in with, some kind of fast food, pizza, love to drink, love to do this, love to do that. Like it's so important that we take care of our bodies because we're putting it through a lot of intense things. I mean, we're going to jump off ladders, go through tables. We're going to get thrown out of a ring that sits 9 feet in the air. Like that's the dropping point for you. And you're going to land on hard floors a lot. Like you're going to put it through a lot. You need to treat it well so it's nice and strong, so that way you can take that impact.
Let's talk about St. Louis here for a minute. Very rich in wrestling history. How does it feel to be a part of this historic scene, and what does it represent when you're in the ring, being from the city?
I don't ever look at it like that. I don't look at it and say like I'm part of St. Louis wrestling. It's like I had one of my buddies say that to me the other day because he's a wrestler as well. He's not even from St. Louis, but I was born and raised here. I don't really consider myself as part of that heritage, not yet, at least. I know the history. I know about like the Harley Race School and like NWA and all of those big moments. Obviously, Randy Orton. I've met Bob Orton before, just working at a gym I worked at years ago. We have a very rich history, but I can't at this current point in my life say, hey, I'm part of that. I just can't. And maybe that's modesty. I don't know what that is. I'm so new to this that I'm making my name. And honestly, even if I did somehow reach the juncture where I can say that, I don't think I would. And call it what you want. I think I'm on a whole different level than everybody else. I really do. It's a belief I live by every single day of my life. I think that I will be the greatest pro wrestler that comes out of St. Louis, and yes, that includes Randy Orton.
Hey, I like it. Lofty goals, but you got something to reach for, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing but time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's talk about 2025 here a little bit. Like you said, you're still making a name for yourself. Tell us what you want to accomplish in 2025 in pro wrestling.
So I'm gonna put, and it's not a want. I'm on a mission. I will be on a mission to put 100 matches on this year.
Nice.
I can't say that I'm projected that way, but I am also finding my footing, getting more notice, getting more promotions that are putting eyes on me and picking me up. One of my biggest goals, and I hope this gets back to the promoter because me and him have been beefing very publicly. I plan on holding his heavyweight championship by the end of the year and being the big dog in that promotion. In fact, the guy that was running shit is currently on the shelf. I don't care to be the guy that capitalizes, but he's gone and I'm here. A lot can happen in the 9 months that he might be injured. So I plan on being the face of that promotion. I plan on taking that title home with me by the end of the calendar year. I plan on debuting in a lot of very high-end promotions. I've got my eyes on GCW. I've got my eyes on NWA. I've got my eyes on, what was the other one I had? Oh, Chicago Style. I really want to go wrestle there because it's close and it's just a pop. My goals are lofty, as you kind of said. So I've got a lot of things ahead of me that I plan on making very much a reality.
Hey, I'm not getting mad at lofty goals. I mean, not at all. Like that, reach for the stars. Speaking of stars, when we ask every guest on this show, probably the toughest question you're going to get all year. So I hope you prep for it. No prep necessary. When you think Mr. WrestleMania, is it Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker?
I mean, the name was given to Shawn Michaels, right? But when you look at the stats, Undertaker's the man. He really is. I mean, he has the most incredible streak that'll probably never be broken again. This isn't like Ric Flair's championship streak. This is a streak that nobody is on track to break anytime soon. I would say Undertaker all day. Dead man lives.
Okay.
I'm guessing Eric likes the HBK side of things.
Hey,
I am like HBK Shizzle all the way.
We all like HBK, but he can't. Mr. WrestleMania.
Did he miss a few?
He did, but I mean, his matches at Mania never missed. Taker, on the other hand, Giant Gonzalez, ring a bell. A-Train, Nathan Jones.
Nathan Jones was his tag partner. Shut up.
I think Sean HBK is just like I mean, he's on the Mount Rushmore. I wouldn't call him Mr. WrestleMania, but that's just because I feel like that dude steps into the ring and magic happens every time.
Yeah, no
sure. Argument here.
Bax, this was an incredible conversation. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we let you go, where can everybody find you on social media, and tell us what you got coming up?
Yeah, so I was gonna say I've actually got a handful of shows. I mean, Pro Wrestling Epic, as you mentioned. I've got something for a couple smaller promotions. I wrestle every week. You'll see me on Pro Wrestling Epic's schedule all year long, and as I mentioned, I got a lot of big goals, so keep your eyes peeled because you'll see me there. As far as social medias go, I've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, TikTok, and then I think I named them all. YouTube. Just look up Bax. You'll find me, guys. Damn.
Look them up. Look them up.
Deal. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming on. Hope to have you on again soon.
Absolutely. Holler at me, boys.
All right. Best of luck to you.
Good night.
Thanks to Bax again for joining us, and thank you to everybody that has stopped by tonight to listen to us talk and just shoot the shit about an incredible week of pro wrestling, man. I'm telling you, it's another one. Monday Night Raw is in the books from the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, and a few things we have to talk about here. Where do you want to start?
Do we want to start where?
Well, I'll start here. Happy Tuesday.
Admittedly,
Hey.
I'm going to say it. I have not watched the cage match in full. Fell asleep. I've watched highlights of the cage match.
Okay, so
I know what happened. I know what happened. I just haven't watched. I haven't watched the match. I still have to go back and actually watch the entire match. From the highlights, it looks fantastic.
Oh, it was. Yeah. I mean, and I've said this a couple of times on the show here. Netflix paid a lot of money for WWE. So there were going to be times where there has to be. They want to return on that investment. And they absolutely delivered here last night. This is another strong match of the year. It's on that list. I think once we get towards the end of the year, we'll have to start doing some power rankings or maybe a bracket to try to, suss some of these out and come to a conclusion. Go ahead.
No, I like that bracket idea. That was pretty nice.
Right? I think that would be pretty great.
A little bit of December madness for the junkies.
I like what. Hey.
Well, I'll think of a better name. Don't worry. Yeah, look, hey, Roman came back. I think this is what we expected to happen. I like the way he came back. Again, didn't I say he was going to come back and Rollins was going to win?
You did.
Oh, okay.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's Punk got the win on January 6th, so they have to split the series now. And
what I did not see coming was the Wise Man and Punk.
That was a nice touch. That was
Roman going, what the hell are you doing?
Yes. But notice, he beat Punk's ass, but did not necessarily chastise the Wise Man.
Mm-hmm. No, because this is face Roman, so he understands that now, right? Roman is a little bit more understanding. He's not the tribal chief anymore. He's the OTC now. It's still there, though. You could tell just by the look. He's like,
yeah,
well, hold on now. You're with me. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this clearly is setting up a triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
Are they putting any stakes to this? I feel like something has to be on the line for this, right?
I don't know that you need them. This is a history that goes back 13 years between all three of these guys. Punk is the reason, from a canon standpoint, that Rollins and Reigns are even in the building. Rollins imploded the Shield, which Roman has not only never forgotten, but it led us to the most tyrannical reign in WWE history that one could argue. There is enough here that these guys just want to beat the fuck out of each other. That's what we're paying for. And skip point to bring up friend Stu World Order. Check him out on TikTok and YouTube. Tiffany and Charlotte, Jay and Gunther getting lower and lower down the card potentially. Sadly, I agree. I put out a video about this on TikTok. I think that this is your night one main event. It's not even close.
This is.
I think so. This triple threat, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because I didn't think either of these two were going to main event. Either of these two matches.
No. Tiffany and Charlotte, I think, had the slight edge.
They need to do something there. They need to do something there. Like, the Tiffy story's over with Nia Jax, so there's opportunity, but they need to start doing something on that. Jay and Gunther, like, I'm gonna. We can talk about it now. I'm gonna need more, I think. I like this side that we're seeing from Gunther. I will say that. I do like this side we're seeing. But I'm not going to – how many more weeks till Mania?
Yeah,
6?
I
don't need to see this for 6 more weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah.
No, I can't. Exactly. I'm not. Like,
we had the
give me something different.
Yeah, we had the 2 weeks of Jay getting kind of the run-in saves for Alpha Academy and getting the jump on Gunther getting their seat with choking him out. But yeah, no, what else do you do with these guys for another? And this isn't even necessarily their fault. WrestleMania should not be this late in the spring. I don't think so. Like, because we're so used to early to mid March, early April. Like, I just think towards the end of the month is it takes a lot to get to those builds. Like you said, 6 more weeks of this.
I mean, they are in Vegas, so I'm sure there's some scheduling stuff that they had to get through to do this, right? Because I think next year's is a little bit is in the first bit of April. I'm sure there's some scheduling stuff that they had to work through, but yeah, like 6 more weeks of this I can't do. Like, I need something different needs to happen, and I don't know what it is, but I mean, I'm at the point where I think Jay and Gunther are going to open one of the nights of Mania.
Yeah, yeah,
and that's fine. Tiffany and Charlotte probably somewhere mid card ish. That stinks because to be honest, these are your 2 Rumble winners. Like, the emphasis on winning the Rumble is just kind of not there right now, especially when you have the bigger stories that we have going on. And yeah, it's a little, I don't want to say disappointing. It's a little underwhelming so far for these builds. And I definitely didn't think that for Charlotte and Tiffy. Like, I thought that was going to be much better than what it has been so far. As far as Gunther and Jay, this is kind of what I expected.
Yeah, I mean, we can Monday morning quarterback this thing to death. Like, this just has not been a great Gunther reign. It just hasn't, not compared to what we saw with the Intercontinental title, which is unfortunate. And we've already kind of laid out those reasons as to why. Spent too much time doing the rematch story with Damian Priest, who was still involved with Judgment Day, which also just kind of really muddied the water. Trying to babyface him after losing to Cody and then flip him back just because they were international. It's just,
Just call it what it is, man. He didn't wrestle Punk. He didn't wrestle Rollins.
Nope.
Like, that's what I wanted to see. We didn't get to see it. And now he's wrestling Jey Uso at Mania. So,
yeah. And question from Stu: are we thinking the build from the Rumble is too long? I mean,
I think they needed something in between. Like, don't we have like a Saturday night's main event, or is that after?
Not until May. Yeah.
They need something in between. I would agree, because the Chamber was what, 3 weeks after Mania?
Yeah. So I mean, they were both first of the month. So February and March 1st were those PLEs, and it just again, and maybe it feels longer because again, we are used to the Rumble in January. We are used to December off, fine, totally good with that. But January, February into it, and then late March, early April for WrestleMania. This is kind of the first time that we are seeing this kind of delayed start to the true. So that's something that I think they need to consider next year. But
no,
I
think it's in like the first week of April next year,
which is good. I think that's great. Yeah.
AJ Styles and Logan Paul. You good with that direction?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This is totally fun. Yeah.
Much better.
You can, like I said, you could still do Punk versus Logan at SummerSlam if you really feel that you need to do it somewhere. That's a SummerSlam match. AJ Styles is going to make Logan Paul look like $1 million. That's kind of just that's all that you can ask for here. I mean, this is we've seen Logan Paul have some marquee matches and have some great moments with some future Hall of Famers. You're getting AJ fucking Styles at WrestleMania. This was Taker's last match. This is a guy that, like Kurt Angle said, you want your best match of your career, you get it with AJ. This is the biggest test of Logan Paul's career. And he
had a good match with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. Like, you're in good hands. You're in good hands.
Yeah. So this is Logan says that he's about doing this full time. You're going to prove it at WrestleMania. It's today you're gonna learn.
Yeah. And look, AJ Styles has a lot left. And like you said, he's gonna make you look great.
Yeah.
He can also make you look really bad if he wants to. Like, AJ's kind of that tent pole right now, and I'm cool with it. Something you threw in the group chat.
Yes, because I did not get to make this video, and I'm
expand on it, please.
Yes. So we saw the tornado tag match between the LWO and the New Day. Saw interference from a masked luchador that targeted Rey Mysterio. Did instead of thank you, gracias. We feel like it's Chad Gable. They did the whole conquistadors thing. Somebody else in a mask getting escorted out of the building here. But shout out to the full-time part-timer, Ian from the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. You can catch them Thursday nights at 8, 7 Central on YouTube. I saw a tweet that did a side-by-side of this masked luchador and Rey Fenix. And, Phoenix his contract is reportedly done with AEW. So Road to WrestleMania has gotten a lot more interesting and kind of looking at how Rey Fenix fits into the fold here. And if we're not going to team these guys up, them being the Lucha Brothers, having them come in and do a brother versus brother story where, Gable needs to get help from somebody that knows Penta better than anybody and having that be Rey Fenix, I think that that's really cool because that gives me the impression that they're happy with where their tag teams are currently at and the teams that they have available across both shows, for War Raiders and for DIY to compete against. We're seeing how that build is going on SmackDown. It's certainly going better on SmackDown than it is on Raw, but that's not because they don't have depth. So having Phoenix come in as a foe to Penta is a lot more compelling than just putting them together as a brother tag team because it halts the momentum that Penta has earned since he's debuted. He's been putting on great matches with Pete Dunne, Ludwig Kaiser. He deserves a WrestleMania opportunity, but it shouldn't be him as a tag team just because his brother has signed. Rey Fenix and Penta, that's a marquee Mania match. I mean, brother versus brother at WrestleMania, more often than not,
there's
is usually really good. Yes, but 2 of those 3 were really good compared to the third one. Okay, 2 of those 3 were better than the most recent one. How about that?
One was great, one was good, one wasn't not very good.
Why you got to break balls?
I'm just saying. I like the take.
The Kane Undertaker. Yeah,
I like the take. I wanted you to throw it on the pod because I really like your take. I love this.
They're brothers. I mean, you can get together at any time. Yeah. But for now, let them fight it out. They'll team up eventually. Like brothers fight. They will make up eventually. Have them come in against each other now. It says that Triple H is confident in the tag team division if he were to go that direction, in my opinion. So
did you and your brothers fight?
All the time.
Yeah, same.
It only got worse after we started watching wrestling.
Well, yeah, duh. You gotta try the moves. I hate glossing over these two, but Cody Rhodes. Okay, another passionate promo. I need to see John Cena.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to see John Cena.
Yeah.
And Cody can go out there and cut a promo, and that's fine. I need to see John Cena.
Yeah. And like us, because they're announcing him, he'll be there next week. Is how they're saying it, is in he will be in the building. They will be face to face. I know you wanted him to lean into the Hollywood Rock kind of story and do stuff via satellite, but again, arguably the biggest heel turn in WWE history. Like your follow up to that cannot be a pre-tape. There has to be, and because much like we saw with the New Day, we were excited about that turn. And we had predicted, okay, well, we're going to give them a couple of weeks because they're going to need to do all new presentation, new theme, new everything to complement this heel turn. John Cena is probably using what he already got ready for the first time that they almost turned him in 2012. So if that is the case, then we should have that. What is this new Cena going to look like here? If he's only advertised once between now and WrestleMania as far as TV, like you kind of need him to come back and start to explain something. Give Cody something else to work with, to respond to, instead of just continuing to call him out.
Yep. And then I'm a little confused what they're doing with EO.
I am not, and I actually really enjoy it because it basically, because we've been worried, and you've said this on our show several times, that you're worried about how she may be overshadowed as women's champion, and that has been a concern of yours for both title reigns now. I feel like they're leaning into it, and she's basically saying, hey, don't you bitches forget, I'm the fucking women's champion here. That's why she slaps the piss out of them. It's like, you guys are going to ignore me, even though you're fighting about the championship that I hold. No. Fuck the both of you. So if we're going to do this, then I'm taking my pound of flesh. I'll see your asses at WrestleMania, where I'm going to kick them all up and down fucking wherever the fuck WrestleMania is. Vegas. The Strip. There we go. Yeah.
I think this only works if she wins at WrestleMania.
I don't see her losing.
Okay.
I don't see her losing.
That's just me. I think if she loses at Mania, then it's for naught. Okay. If she wins, this was a story well told. If she loses,
because there's still the Jade layer. I don't think it's over. It's not over that Naomi has acknowledged doing it, but we don't. There's still like Rhea made some really, really good points last night as far as, okay, for as great as you are, you seem like you've been hiding for the last year plus, okay, behind Naomi, behind Jade, now behind me, behind Io. You don't want to face me one-on-one at WrestleMania, which, when you look back at her WrestleMania matches, she's usually had the size and strength advantage in a lot of her matches. It would be a very different story if it was Bianca versus Rhea one-on-one. And from a canon standpoint, if you want to have her be a little scared shitless of that, that's fine.
Good with it. I'm good with it. Again, Io needs to win.
Yeah, I agree.
It would make more sense. Roadblock. Oh my God. What a card. The Hardys defend
live, which sucks.
The Hardys defend the TNA Tag Team Champions against Fraxium tonight.
Oh,
all right. What a way to open the card. Roxanne takes on Jordan Grace.
Okay.
El Bafemi puts his NXT Championship on the line against Moose. Siobhan Evans and Ethan Page in a street fight.
Yes.
Which I think is going to be good. Is it going to be a WWE style street fight? Yes.
Yeah.
It's different.
It'll be a spot fest. That's fine.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
And then title versus title, Julia and Stephanie.
Which they've kind of telegraphed that Stephanie's likely going to walk out with both titles here for now, which is cool.
Have they?
It seems like they have.
Have they?
It seems like they have.
Dude, it's WWE in 2025.
I know.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
I know.
I have no idea. Britt Baker could show up tonight. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea.
Notice again, last night, both champions were in the building. Stephanie continues to get larger pops than Julia.
Yeah. I think that's obvious. I think it's obvious that she's the bigger star right now. She was the one that was offered.
Which one do you want to go to? Yeah. Main roster NXT.
They didn't offer that to Julia because Julia needed some of the WWE icing.
Yep.
I'm pumped for Roadblock, man. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
I agree. Anything else for the good of the order, my friend?
Nope. Get yourself on the road, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Quick programming note: there will be no show tomorrow. We will be back on Thursday with a brand new episode. We'll break down Roadblock. We'll break down Dynamite. You might see some videos from us on our TikTok, just kind of giving our thoughts on what's gone down. So make sure to give us a follow on there and on X at Junkies Pod. Support our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net. Promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off at GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Also, you've seen it on the ticker, but Scenic City Invitational tickets are available now. Go get yours. Wrestling Junkies will be there. We have got our floor seats already secured. 3 incredible shows over 2 great days with just some of the best fucking people to hang out with and watch wrestling. So, yeah, can't wait for July already. But one last note, do us a huge favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. We need your help to get there, quite frankly. So tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your situationship, tell your dispensary person, tell your bartender, tell your therapist. Yeah.
Wow. Please tell your therapist. It'll be fun.
Yeah. I agree.
Thanks. Be safe, Eric. Love you.
Yeah, I love you too. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. That's the podcast. That has been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. We'll see you tomorrow.